Hello, hello. Hopefully, my quiet. Okay, looking at this now, I need to change my tiny bit. I think down to 40 and then 45 for the close threshold. Okay, maybe 45 for the close threshold. That's a bit too high. Well, that's a bit too low, sorry. Negative 50, that is. Alright. Hopefully that's okay and we don't have any clipping. And I'm also going to... Apparently my mic is already turned up, so... Yeah. Interesting. Hopefully the mixing's okay. And let's get into... Okay, sorry, my friend just linked something and that doesn't look too good. Let's get into the stream. Hopefully it doesn't lag too much. My net seems to be pretty spotty tonight. And I'm just going to put on, unmute the stream just to listen to my audio. Unmute the stream just to listen to my audio. Okay, yeah, it is pretty quiet. Alright, so since the last time, it's been maybe about a week since I played NieR. So let's continue this for a bit and hopefully we get somewhere. Well, get somewhere where something interesting is happening, I guess. Alright, let's get started. So last time we played, we just finished that sand village. I can't remember what it was called. The dudes with the really odd language. And we followed... Was it Frey? We followed someone starting with F around. And then we saved the king as well. Let's see if I remember how to play this. Okay, looks like we've got some drop frames already. Okay, my net's not doing too well. I apologize for that. Let's see what I can do about that. Maybe I can reconnect on the 5G and it might work just a little bit better. Ooh. That's not good. Okay, let's run around for a bit and see how the bitrate goes. Oh yeah, so I can't quite remember where it was. Is there like a map that I can check? Remotes, maps, world map. We went to Facade, that's it. And then yeah, we saved the king there. He couldn't really give us much regarding the Black Scroll, I think it was called. So we're back to square one. I think we found the location of a... Oh no, I don't think we did actually. I guess I'll just continue and we'll see what's going on. Some playthrough I'm doing. I do remember... Oh, I did do some side quests off stream, but there is quite a lot of them that have just opened up. So I'll work through them at some point. There hasn't been anything terribly interesting, so... Yeah. Oh, and also if you're new to the stream as well, I'll just be muting myself during the cutscenes and such. Alright, let's get into it. I'll turn the sound down a tad. Just because, yeah, my voice is really quiet. And I can't really speak up right now because it's nighttime. So yeah. Hopefully, the sound is okay.
大丈夫元気
お兄ちゃんがくれたお薬を飲んでるから平気だよ。
よかった
お兄ちゃん ナと一緒にいてくれるよね。
Man, how can I say no? Welcome, AFK. Yeah, it has been ages since I played NieR. I think like a week now. A little under a week. The last time I played it was last Tuesday. How does, if you don't mind me asking, how does the audio sound? Is it really loud compared to my voice, or does it sound okay? Since I disabled like the microphone boosts because of the clipping, I'm not sure how the audio actually sounds. It's at 40% right now, the desktop audio. Let's just, you can actually see it. That's it there. Oh, it's actually louder than my voice. Okay, I'll turn it down a tad. Maybe about there. So that should be 30% now. Hopefully that's okay. I did a couple of side quests, but I didn't really do too much. It was more just picking them up and doing some of the chains. There's quite a bit.
もちろんさ。
本当に今日はお兄ちゃんお家にいるの？
ああ、今日はヨナと一緒にいるよ。や
ったー。
さあ、体に触るから早く寝よ
う。Alright. Well, that's 30% now. We'll see how that goes when I go out into the field, I guess. Can you hear the music at the very least? Okay. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S, and then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's the sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for, the key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. D-R-E-A-M. Dream? What the hell does that mean? Lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it. I can't make it out. I want to scream. Okay, I can't actually bother reading all this. I may as well. There's no voices. But instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can win. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I pass out the letters and make up his final words. Forestofmyth. Forest of Myth. I guess that's where we're going next.
Yume? 夢にまで封印されし言葉が出てくるなんて。
おはよう、兄。
おはよう、ヨナ。
どうしたの？お兄ちゃんも体痛いの？
変な夢を見ただけだよ。
夢？
なんでもない。大丈夫だよ。
ヨナも夢を見たよ。
へ へえ、
男の子とね、ゲームをする夢なの。
どんなゲーム？
言葉を当てっこするゲームだよ。
言葉を当てっこするゲーム？
男の子が何を言っているかをお口を見て当てるの。とても難しかったよ。
その子はなんて言ってた？
夢とね、神話の森かな。でも次までには勉強して絶対当てるんだ。いつかお兄ちゃんもヨナとゲームしようね。
ああ、
Oh wow, she had the same dream, I guess. Alright, let's go to the Forest of Myth. I want to say let's beat up some bad dudes, but I don't think there's really many bad dudes in this.
うん、
Well,
なんでもない。
black or white bad. I mean, like good or bad. I think everyone's kind of like in the middle.
ちょっと気になることがあるから、ポポルさんのところに行こう。
Let's go to Poplar. Alrighty. No more of those weird rule things at least. I can just sprint to my heart's content. Okay, let me just pull up the stream. There we go. And just keep an eye on the bitrate at the very least. Make sure it's not like lagging or anything. Okay. Looks somewhat okay on my stream. Hopefully it's not too choppy.
どうしたの、ポポルさん？
あ、実はこんな手紙が来たの。
Dearest Popular, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get... My god, it feels like I'm having a stroke. At first I was like, this is really hard to read. Is there something wrong with me? But then as I went on, yeah, it's the letter. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice on the matter. Recently there have been dream reports. Dream of a certain dream of dream, evil, dream, empty dream, curse, dream, evil, dream, words, dream, and dream, someone dream. Okay, I think that's enough of that.
誰からの手紙？
Tried my best.
北の方にある森で神話の森と呼ばれる場所の村長から。
神話の森？
話好きの明るい人たちばかりで、こんないたずらみたいな手紙を送ってくるような人はいないと思うんだけれど、ちょっと心配だわ。
僕が様子を見てくるよ。
え、でも
僕もちょっと気になってることがあって。
そうならいいんだけど。
Whoa, seems like they're not having a good time. Those ramps, they're pretty evil, you ask me. Yeah, they are pretty evil. I remember them just like knocking me down constantly. And kicking me as well. Alright. See if there's any quests over here first, before we continue. I thought I picked everything up, but I just want to make sure. Actually, I can just check later, it's okay. Let's go. Let's press on. Man, are you really excited to build your PC finally? Those new AMD cards are no slouches, so you pretty much be able to like play anything you want, I think. It's Kaine again. Kaine. is, I think, how they say in Japanese. Oh, those shorts. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, I may as well get these guys while I'm moving on, because I can do the repeatable quest with them and make some money. I think I need some money to buy things anyway, so let's do that. Oh, which reminds me, I did get a new skill as well. I'm just hoping all the parts come working. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, just make sure you build outside of the case first. You can use like the motherboard box to put your motherboard on. Also, at the very least, because you're going air cooled, you won't have to like pull anything apart or do any weird like weird maneuvers to get your motherboard into your case. You can just leave the fan on and the heatsink and just put it straight in. Okay, sorry sheep. Don't worry, you're going to good use. But let's move on. Barossa Myth seems to be that way, so let's go there. Actually, isn't my boar over here? Yes, he is. Forgot about him. No, let's do it. Let's drift. Whoops. Sorry, dude. Doesn't seem to be like fall damage in this game, so I think it's safe just to jump off things. As long as there's like a bottom. And I guess as long as it's not like stupidly tall. Just heard something move next to me.
なんだか静かな村だね。
This place seems really chill.
どうせろくでもないこと。
Whoops. Didn't mean to cut you off. Wise.
シロはもうちょっと言葉に気をつけようよ。
You just drown in anything that isn't solid. Yeah, that sounds about right. Kinda reminds me of an area in Automata. Okay, before we talk to them, let's do a couple of things here.
ほうと
Oh, that's the mayor that sent the letter about the dream. Oh, so this is actually the village.
言葉に気をつけて
言葉？何のこと？
伝染する言葉夢見る人
夢見る人？
なんだこの奇妙な感じは不思議そうにとは失礼な
何これ？
こやつに聞くのが良いであろうあなたたちは
僕たちこの村に異変が起こったって聞いてやってきました。
So this is the Hidden Leaf Village. Yeah, I think it is, man. After conquering the sand, now we're at Konoha.
私と会話できているということはあなた方を夢に巻き込んでしまったようですね
Oh, well, that's lovely.
夢？
Oh wow, so they're pretty much stuck in like the infinite Tsukuyomi. We gotta find Madara, man. I think he might be the final boss.
なんだって。我らがお前の夢に取り込まれたというのか。はあ、おそらく。
Wow, this is Medraz. I kind of like how they've done
つま
this.
り僕たち死の夢にかかってしまったってこと？
そんなバカな。いつどうやって。我は眠った自覚などないぞ。死の夢はそういう病気ですから。流すな。きっと夢に入るきっかけがあったはずです。適当に会話していて悪かったな。
Is this a game over? Is that why there's a save point right there? Am I not supposed to talk to people?
害したようにではなく、害しておるのだ。はっきりと。知っておるわ。我のことはもう放っておけ。
Oh, no more voices now. It's pure text. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pockets. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at NieR. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something like that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across the lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect the people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. Okay, this guy's pretty pissed. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked away in my own dream, I've been looking for a way out. But I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Don't worry, bud. We gotcha. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said NieR, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Weiss. The Grimoire looked from NieR to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is not always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor suddenly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. Human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss. And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Is there a way to, like... No, look at the log? No. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done in this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of NieR and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As NieR slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? NieR's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Well, NieR's not having a good time. This music is really nice, considering everything that's happening. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging NieR to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, NieR snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. NieR leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big, he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. NieR slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? NieR could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as NieR's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. He removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. I hope this whole section isn't just reading, and I'm just reading a book for like an hour. I see someone is selling a Leopold FC 650 MD. Oh, M. Silent Reds. I'll tell you now, so Leopold is a Korean keyboard brand, and they have insanely good build quality. Like, you'd think my Japanese keyboard, that bloody costs like what? I think when I bought it, it was 25,000 yen or like 30,000 yen, somewhere around that ballpark. You'd think the build quality for that would be like insanely good, and there wouldn't be much that's better. And it actually is like insanely good build quality. Like everything fits together really well. The keys don't wobble or anything. But like Leopolds, they just feel so much better. They're insanely good build quality. The only issue of Leopolds is they don't have RGB. But I think if you're not tied to RGB, it'll be a lot easier to like color code your keycaps and just get keycaps in general. So that's my 2 cents. Oh wow, that's really cheap, especially for Silent Reds. FC650, that's the one with the, that's the 65% one with the arrow keys and the two nav buttons, right? Oh wow, looking at this looks very unique. It's red. It's like curved as well. That looks really odd. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, getting back to NieR. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. I'm not making those noises. Woo 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 ma. Woo 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 ma. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Shik shik. Okay, that just sounds dirty. I sent it to you on Facebook. Okay, I'll check it after the stream. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, NieR began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. One with it is lacking, two with it is ideal, three with it is dangerous. What is it? Why my page? Is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels kind of, sort of forced. But maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I'll leave it to you to answer. Are we really doing a riddle as gameplay? Two with it is lacking, two with it is ideal, three with it is dangerous. What is it? I would probably say a secret, because maybe a seesaw. Because you can't really do a seesaw by yourself. It's a secret you can keep to yourself. You don't have to share that for it to be a secret. Something that's ideal with two people, dangerous with three. Oh, it's a seesaw. Weiss's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. When NieR came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words he had heard somewhere before. Okay, I got it wrong. One with it is lacking, two with it is ideal, three with it is dangerous. What is it? Okay. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, NieR sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before NieR like a rippled wave, opening a new path. It was a secret? I mean, you can keep a secret to yourself. That's still a secret. I don't know. Semantics, I guess. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased that passing the test, NieR moved on with new intensity. Path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but it gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. Oh man, it's really hard for me to read. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said NieR after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned the corner and found themselves facing clear forest spring. Smiling, NieR picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight. Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. NieR gritted his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I've misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, cried NieR, awaking Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. What is this exciting gameplay I'm watching? I can't say I expected this when I started the NieR stream, but I'll guess I'll have to finish it to actually save, or maybe I can just skip to here if I don't finish it by like half past. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? NieR walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began NieR. Before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Is this why it's saved beforehand? Yeah, I think that's it. I wonder how many riddles there are. Hopefully it's not like 10. But at the very least, it works really well with my laggy net tonight. 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? I have no idea. NieR tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said NieR. Well, at least it's an easy one. Is it? Say, man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. Correct. 4 legs in the morning. 2 at noon. I just got this stream by. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. "You're the mayor!" cried NieR. The small man slowly shook his head. "I'm not the mayor, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself." Sorry? What's that mean? Is this him from like 1,400 years ago, or whatever, however long it was? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. Oh, we finished it. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As NieR watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When NieR and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. "Good gravy!" he cried. "You made it! You actually made it back!" His hand grasped NieR's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the collar and swung him through the air. "Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not." The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. "I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again." NieR withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. "We broke the Death Dream's seal," he said. "At least, I think we did." The mayor's face beamed as NieR filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. NieR cocked his head. "Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep?" "Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility in itself." NieR and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. "Have you forgotten?" Continued Weiss. I've got low latency on. Okay, that's okay. "Have you forgotten?" continued Weiss. "It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they may seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue." Alright. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. "This is the first time," began the mayor, "the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here." His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. NieR shook the mayor's shoulder gently. "Good news," he said. "I think we made it." "Oh wow," said the mayor in an awed voice. "We did. I'm back." He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. "You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. I need some water, man. My mouth is so dry from reading all of this." The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at NieR and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. "Real life may take some time getting used to," said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure," said Weiss. "For now, you should return to your home and rest." "No," said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them." The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village and bowed his head and prayed silently. Remember when you said he absorbed a giant ancient tree? Is this actually Naruto? Excuse me. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. The shade. We have to defeat it. NieR and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, NieR mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle, and the mysterious words he had left with. I can see them right there. Why won't it just give me dialogue so I can stop reading? I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? What does it mean indeed? Gods said Otsutsuki? Yeah, I think so, man. Eating some fruit. I once saw a version of you that was not this. Oh, I already read that. Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is gonna sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. NieR tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? I've just been in this place before. Anyway, I figured it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. NieR gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? I think they're all possessed by the tree. All put into infinite Tsukiyomi by the tree as well. NieR gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but oh wait, I already did that. That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all. Oh, thank God. Imagine not playing NieR for a week to come back to this. I know, right? At least it's getting me to get used to talking again. Honestly, I don't think I've ever spoken that much in one go, even in like presentations and stuff. Or like uni, or even for work. Usually it's like talking to someone.
ええ、できれば他の村民も助けてやりたい。
Dark execution. Let's try it out.
結構簡単に封印されし言葉が手に入ったね。
ちょっと簡単すぎやしないか。なんだかこの村にも誘導されてきたような。
You and me both, Weiss.
考えすぎだよ、シロ。
Even Weiss doesn't trust himself. Even Weiss doesn't trust himself. Just be glad you didn't stream this part when you saw a sore throat. Yeah, that's true. Just 1 second, I'll be back. I'm just gonna get some water. And have a look at NieR in the meanwhile. In the meantime, I haven't talked anymore. Been reading too much. Let's grab my bottle. Whoa. Almost fell over. Put my water. I'm just gonna mute myself. Alright, I'm back. It was much better. Throat's still a bit scratchy, but anyway, let's have a look at this. Excuse me. Man, I have a lot of new attacks that I didn't even realize. Let's try Dark Phantasm and Dark Hand. Dark Hand's just a punching one. Yep. Reminds me of like those Hulk fists that you could buy when you were little, or when you were little. Way back. Out of mana. Shadow clones. Okay. What does that do? Magical doppelganger. Charge to increase its range. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we've got those two. We've already tried Lance. Let's try Gluttony. What does that do? Absorb enemy magic attacks. Charge to increase absorption time. Sure. And Dark Wall. Directed a magical defensive barrier. Hold the button to increase the size of the wall. Reminds me of like the wood shields. Is it wood? Yeah. This is the magical barrier. You just hold it and I guess it absorbs it. Not too bad. And then Dark Execution is the last one. The spears. I think I remember this one too. Ah, yep. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. That one doesn't seem too bad, actually. I do like the lance and the blast, though. I'll just stick with them. Oh, shit! I'll keep this one. Seems good for like lion buff. Maybe it does damage too. Let's save before I forget. Wait till that evolves into a perfect Susanoo. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, to be honest. Is that what the fists are? They're just like the Susanoo, Susanoo hands.
この人もゆ
おそらくはそうである。
No! Have to do more riddles. Dude, I don't want to do this. Alright, I'm gonna get more water. I'm gonna get more water and then I'll continue. I'll do one of these and then I'll call it a night. And then next stream I'll do the other one. I know, right? I was reading for like... How long was I even reading for? Like most of that hour as well. Oh boy. Well, running in circles is not gonna fix anything. How much water do I have left? Oh, I've got a tiny bit. Let's ration this out. Alright, here we go.
この人も
おそ
あの文字だらけの世界かあんまり得意じゃないな
That dream world tires me out.
不満を垂れている暇があれば とっとと片付けるぞ。
はーい。
Good 40 minutes, yeah. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. Madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, my box, my prison is tucked beneath a stairway in a long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Is anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My saviour. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain, and I'm forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How long have you come to this place? Oh, how long? How have you come to this place? I can't even read anymore. I'm Grimoire Weiss, and this is NieR. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand, we shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as NieR extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. I never thought to hear that again. I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. I'm gonna have a bit more water. Alright. We know you are weak, but you only hope to survive this place. Time, that long forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. Entrails. I squint down dim corridors and proceed north. This sounds like something I have to write down. Let's do that. iPad, don't fail me now. And proceed north. Did it just freeze? Oh. Okay. It's a selection. That was just one choice. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come across a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of a wall, and despite my fever, I think I see outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Ugh. Whether they were alive or dead, I did not know, and sanity would not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening a door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors. South would be backwards, wouldn't it? I'll say east. West would be backwards from where I came from, so I guess it would be north. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed. I guess it wouldn't really matter if I went east or west. Oh, actually, I mean, I guess north would be safe, wouldn't it? Okay, at the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually I can stand the side of the waters no longer and turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I'm struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet, as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass. And so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. Ugh. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there will be no rescue. Poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I've been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Ugh, guess there's a lot of people that's been pulled into this. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south, so that's going backwards. I squint down the dim corridors. Is this east relative or east, like objectively, like cardinal? So if I look back and go east, that would be the original west. So I'll just I'll just make it like a checklist. So here I've gone north already. And I guess if I go east, that'll be the west. And then if I return from that east, going north, like relative to me, would be east side. I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and a silver of finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach a chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter always dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands and slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands upon the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up the back and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead before the meal began. Or if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. But though in truth I suspected they had committed no crime at all, there would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. That will be the original east. Because if I go west, I'll be back to the paintings. Against all hope, we'll make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with NieR and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asks Weiss. Then you are a woman, madam. I am. I am? Oh my god. I can't even do like a high voice anymore. I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as NieR is disappointed that his torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. Oh dear, you dirty boy. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. Although NieR, man, come on, she's probably like malnourished as. At least let her like recover a bit. Or you thirst. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life, as shades.
何か言うことある？
次は迷路は勘弁してもらいたいな。
Oh, thank goodness. It's over. That one wasn't as long.
まったくだね。
I guess that's the girl.
助けてくれてありがとう。
You are welcome.
もうあ
Are
ん
you
な夢
okay?
見たくないね。助けてくれて
Oh. I guess you've just been looking up keyboards and stuff. AFK. Yeah, I think I'm done with talking for a while. Let's make sure I save again. Guess I'll end like here. Alright, well, that was definitely an interesting stream to come back to. Or interesting part to come back to with streaming. Hopefully the final labyrinth, or the final part of this Forest of Myth, doesn't involve so much reading. I can't even form words now. So yeah, a big thank you to everyone who dropped by. I apologize for my very poor story reading. I probably have a very crappy voice for it, and I also stutter a lot when I read. But yeah, hopefully get more gameplay next stream. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope everyone has a wonderful night. And if it's not nighttime, I hope you have a great day, and please take care of yourselves. And with that, bye bye.